morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my LinkedIn Live segment. Before we kick off the segment, today's segment's all about, I want to talk about candidate market because it's hot right now. It is a candidate market. Companies need you. So there's always a switch. Sometimes it's employer market, sometimes it's candidate market. And right now it is a candidate market. But before I get into my topic today for you, what I would like is for you guys to introduce yourself. Ooh, 45 people on right now. So all you guys introduce yourself in the comment section. Tell me where you're tuning in from, what country, what city, what do you do for a living? If you're a career professional, tell me. And if you're looking for a job search, drop that as well, what type of role you are looking for as well. Now, there is a little bit of a request from everybody that's tuned in. Don't forget to show this segment some love. I have the little emoji reaction button. Hit that button and show some love. Okay, so let's kick off this segment. At the end of this segment, there will be a Q&A. So feel free to drop your questions below in the comment section if you have any questions for me. Let me introduce myself. If you don't already know me, my name is Gurpreet Kaur. I'm an HR professional, HR expert for 15 plus years. I run my own HR consulting company called HR Superhero, as well as I'm a career coach, and I've been career coaching people for 15 plus years. And the last 4 years, I have developed a coaching program that has helped hundreds of career professionals land in their dream job, doubling to tripling their base salaries, all within 60 days or less. Like my track record it speaks for itself. Like I've helped people land jobs in 3 weeks, 28 days, and so on. So I'm here live with you guys. I'm going to be giving you some tips and advice. I want to cover about the candidate market. So first things first, let's take advantage of this platform that you are on, especially if you're on LinkedIn, where you want to drop your comment. You want to comment on this live so that other people can come to get to know you, discover you, right? LinkedIn's a powerful platform where you can get discovered every day. In order for that to happen, you have to engage. You have to engage. If you're on LinkedIn Live, then make sure you're engaging with the person whose live you're on. Now, I have like over 52,000 followers and almost about to hit 30 connections, which I'm a little bit stingy on because I don't want to max out because, you know, that's the limit and I'm getting so close to the limit and I don't want to max it out. So if you comment on my right now, if you're commenting on my live, not only are you going to be getting exposed to my followers of 52,000 plus, also my connections almost close to near, I think it's 29,000 connections. So those are two different segments you are getting exposed to. But here's the beauty, not just my followers and my connection, but every single person that is commenting right now, you are now being exposed to their connections and their followers. That's why this platform is so powerful for everyone to be utilizing it, but we want to make sure we're utilizing it and tapping into its benefits. So let's see who's here. Hello, Ashwani Kumar. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Toronto in the house. Haha, that's my city. I'm looking for a job in UK. Hi, Ash. So what you want to do is you want to introduce yourself. First things first. Let me give you a little bit of framework on how best practice is. Introduce yourself. Say hi. My name is X. I'm tuning in from X. And thank you for doing this segment. Acknowledge the person you're writing a comment to. Always acknowledge the person you are speaking to or writing the comment to. So first thing is acknowledgement. Introduce yourself, who you are, where you're tuning in from, and then anything you want to share. Okay. Ricardo, hi Ricardo, business analyst. Brazil MBA diploma, Canada, lived in Montreal, in Brazil now. Oh, you're in Brazil now. Tuning in my friends from Brazil. Love to visit Brazil one day. India, hi. Canada. I'm from Toronto. My name is tuning in from Toronto. Great, amazing. So get those comments coming, guys. Get those comments coming. This is amazing. Look how many people are dropping their comments. I'm going to start getting to the comments as well. So keep those comments coming. This is the best way to kick off your Monday. I'm so glad I'm doing this because I've actually never, I don't think I've never been live on a Monday in a very long time. So this is amazing. Let's kick off this week really strong, especially those that are looking for job opportunities. So let's do this. Let's kick it off strong. And I'm going to give you some tips and advice today that's going to help you kick this week off strong with your job search, or be it your career, or if you're looking to grow in your career. So first thing we need to understand right now, what's happening in the market is that it is a candidate market. What does that mean? What that means is companies can't find talent that they want. So we always have this switch. So in 2020, we had the switch that it became an employer's market, where the employers, there was tons of candidates looking for job opportunities, and then there was less employers hiring, right? So there's always a switch. Now is the opposite, where we have shortage of talent for various reasons, which I'm going to get into as well. And now employers are having a hard time finding talent. So now there's a switch. So you are in a perfect seat right now. So anybody that's looking for a job, remember that right now is a candidate market, which is hot market to be in for you as a candidate, because now you have the power, you have the advantage here. So that's the beauty behind being in a candidate market, because now the power is shifted, right? So it's an amazing time to be looking for a job. And here's why this switch is happening. Last year, we felt this big shakeup happen in the market, and that was called the Great Resignation. And people are still talking about it. So what happened was, in the pandemic, being working from home and being locked up, and if you lived in Canada, we've been on the longest lockdown. We're in stage 2 again, and hopefully it's being lifted by the end of this month. So depending on what country you live in, everybody went through the pandemic. And what happened is that everybody went through this hard period of their time where we were really challenged emotionally, mentally, and physically of who we want, what our life to be, and especially in our work lives, right? So what happened last year was the market got shook up so bad to the point where candidates were either resigning, employees were resigning from their jobs because they just don't want, they were so burnt out. So there's various reasons why the Great Resignation happened last year, and we're still feeling the effect, is because burnout. Some people were so burned out to the point where they're like, I don't want this job anymore, and they quit. People also realize that, going through such a big transformation in the last 2 years, where people have come to realize what's more valuable and what's more important. And I was reading this article, and also I heard this talk on the radio. What's happening is people want control over their time. People don't want to be someone else controlling. So they don't want employers to be controlling their time. They want that control. People want control back. People want their life back. So that's why it's a candidate market, because that disruption happened last year, and we're still feeling the effects, where candidates are now in the driver's seat saying, well, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Here's what I want. And a lot of candidates are looking at those roles very, very seriously, and making those decisions very seriously, to the point of how what they want. And that's the step one in a successful job search, is to know what you want. Don't just go for a job or just apply to jobs aimlessly without having clarity on what is it that you want. So that's step one. So today, take the time to, in order for your this week to be successful in your job search, you want to make sure the first step you're doing is you're sitting there and doing some soul searching and asking yourself, what is it that you really want? What's important to you? And as a coach, a career coach, I can tell you, I always ask this question, and a lot of people have never actually sat there and asked themselves this one simple question, but never asked themselves, well, what is it that I want? What do you want in a role? What are you ready to move in? Don't look at where you are. Too many people are just presenting themselves as who they are right now. But that's not what your goal is, right? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go next? What is that? Define that. Write it down. Get more clarity. So keep writing. Don't just write 5 things. Just keep hammering it out until you are crystal clear on what that role you want looks like, right? What are you so to help you out here, I'm going to give some tips and advice on how to do this. Look at your true potential. What are you capable of doing? What do you potentially want to do? What kind of projects do you want to be involved in? So I do this in my coaching program, and I have created a worksheet called Define Your Target. And there's 3 different targets you need to define before you begin your job search. The second target you want to define is who's your dream employer? Who when I say dream employer, don't list companies' names. Now list characteristics, the values the company should have, how you want to be treated by an employer, right? So the culture the company should have, those are really important characteristics to define. So defining your targets is the key before even beginning your job search. Second, last thing you want to define is the ideal manager. Who is your dream manager you want to work for? When we're defining 3 targets, we also want to define what we don't want. So also define the type of role you don't want, the type of company you don't want to work for, and the type of an employer manager you don't want to work for. Okay, it's really crucial more than ever now to get some clarity and crystal clear vision on what is it that you want. So when my coaching program that I've been running for successfully 4 years, that's what the 4 foundation I built it on. Vision, because it's so important to have a clear vision of what you want and where you want to go next, right? So vision. Second step is positioning. Okay, you need to then, once you know what you want, now you know how to position yourself, right? Third step is marketing. You have to market yourself to your target role, to your target employer, to your target manager. Okay, and then lastly, step 4 is selling. Without selling, you will not convert, you will not land a job. And these are 4 things that no one touches on, no one's talking on. We've been so brainwashed to think that the only way to look for a job is just have a resume, apply to jobs online, and just keep our fingers crossed every day now. Okay, every day since this year, the January has begun. So there's a hot job market going on. There's tons of people looking for jobs. There's tons of companies looking to hire. Every single day, I'm seeing on LinkedIn, I'm applying to jobs, and I keep getting rejection. I've applied to 100 jobs. I've applied to 200 jobs. I applied to 300 jobs. When I see these messages, or when people are telling me they've been applying to 100, right there, the first thing they didn't do is have a vision, clarity, right? That's where they're failing. Anybody that's applying to 100 jobs, I'm going to call you out and tell you straight up that that's why you're failing, because you don't know what you want and you're just applying. How is it humanly possible that there's 100 jobs that you apply to? I bet you out of those 100, maybe 80% of them is not really what you want. So don't apply to jobs that you don't want. Don't just apply because you want a job. Get very clear on what you want, okay? So next step is the 3 steps for a successful job search, okay? There's 3 steps that you have to take. There's 3 steps involved for a successful job search, okay? First step is you have to land those job interviews. If you're not landing job interviews, you don't have a successful job search going, okay? So that's step 1, right? You need to line up and job interviews. So in my coaching program, I teach a job search funnel. I call it the job lead funnel. So that's step 1. You got to create the leads to come to you, and there's various ways to create those lead avenues for you. So it's a sales and marketing term that I'm using, but that's what job searching is. It's a sales process. So you need to approach your job search like a sales process. It is sale. It needs to be strategies. Applying to hundreds of jobs is not a strategy. Sending out aimless resumes is not a strategy. Sending out aimless connection requests is not a strategy. Asking for job interviews is not a strategy. Asking for informational interviews and coffee chat, that's not a strategy. That's not going to get you results. That's the biggest misconception. Every time I ask about job search strategy, that's what people are saying, but that's not a strategy. Strategy, you got to have a action plan and game plan. So step one is you want to get those job interviews. And how are you going to get that? You need to create a job search lead funnel. Step one in the funnel is create awareness. Step two is engage. Step three is nurture. And step four is close. Okay. So the closing and nurturing comes in, nurture and close comes into the next step of successful job search is interviews. You got to convert those interviews into job offers, right? So you got to close those interviews. People are going on interviews, but they can't close them. They're not converting them into job offers. Last step of a successful job search is when you have a job offer, you want to negotiate a best deal for yourself. Don't just take the first offer that's presented. You should negotiate. The sweet spot you want to be in is to line up multiple job offers. It's the sweetest spot to be in. Why? Because that gives you leverage, that gives you bargaining power. And guess what? Now you have more than one option. Now you're not desperate where first option came, you're going to just take it, right? So in order to have a successful job search, clarity and vision is the key. Okay. 2, positioning. You want to position yourself. Don't position yourself to the role you're already in. Position yourself to the role you want. And marketing. You got to market yourself. You need to approach your job search like that. Sales, marketing, right? You need to sell yourself. You need to market yourself. If people can't find you, how are they going to know about you? What's your marketing plan of marketing yourself? Okay, so let me know in the comment section if this is helping you, if this is making sense, because too many people are just aimlessly applying to jobs with no game plan and no strategy. And instead, it's all about me, 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 me. I can tell you how many DMs I get every single day on LinkedIn where people are so busy pitching themselves without any strategy. Like, don't pitch me, 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 me. Nobody wants a me, me, me. When you're going to reach out to people, you have to make it about them, the sole focus. Okay. So to kick off this week, you want to have a strong job search success, then you have to start sitting there thinking strategically. Now, if you don't know how to do this, I have a free masterclass that I've designed. You can sign up. Let me drop the link. Sign up for my free masterclass. I go over successful strategies in order for you to land the job. Okay, so here's my free masterclass. If you haven't taken it already, sign up. I've dropped it in the comment section. Okay, sign up for my free masterclass. In my free masterclass, this class is almost 2 hours. So full disclaimer, it's a 2-hour free masterclass that I designed and conducted. So I've been running this free masterclass, I think from last week or so on. So yeah, last Tuesday, I believe it. Yes, last Tuesday. So I conducted masterclass last Tuesday. So if you haven't signed up, sign up, take the free masterclass, and I go with not just the job search funnel. I teach you 5 steps in this masterclass on how to have a successful job search. So just don't aimlessly apply to jobs. Okay. So okay. So now I'm going to open up for Q&A. I hope this tips and advice helps. If anybody wants to work with me, my coaching program is now open. It's an 8-week program. It's how I help. I call it the #1 career coaching / job search program in the market, because I've successfully helped over hundreds of career professionals just like you not only land in their dream job, but also double to triple their base salaries within 60 days or less. And when I say double and triple, so let me give you some example. I had a client that was making $38,000. Within 28 days, he landed his dream job and increased his salary to $76,000. 28 days. Another client of mine, she was in a role that was paying her $52,000 salary. She took my coaching program, and within 35 days, she landed a director level role, making $128,000. She went from $52,000 base salary to $128,000. in base. That's 6 figures. She almost tripled her salary. I had a client that was in a role that wasn't aligned with her true potential in an HR role. She signed up for my coaching program, and she then moved up into another role, to an next level HR role, which she increased her salary by 60%. And then she moved into, she landed a job with Amazon and 6 figures. So in 1 year, she moved into 2 different roles in my coaching program. And she more than tripled her salary. She got 2 salary bumps in less than a year. Okay, so my advice to everybody is, these are skills, these are lifetime skills that I teach in my coaching program that not only benefits you just in when you're looking for a job, but your entire career. Okay, so drop those comments in the section. If you have any questions for me, I will be more than happy to answer. So let's kick off the Q&A. My name is Neha. I'm tuning in from Toronto. I'm a student in PR and I'm currently looking for an internship. Welcome, Neha. My name is Ashwan. I'm from Mumbai City. I would love to, that's on my bucket list. I would love to visit Mumbai. Civil engineer by profession, currently looking for a job in Canadian construction industry. Need help desperately. Okay, so if you are looking for a job in the Canadian market and you live in a different country, first step is to speak with the immigration consultant. I'm not an expert in this. I'm not an immigration consultant. My expertise, that's not my areas of expertise. I have zero knowledge about immigration. Or how to get PR or all that point system. I have no knowledge. I'm just being transparent with you. So what you want to do is you want to reach out to a licensed immigration. There's too many people out there that are frauding themselves to claim that they're immigration consultants, and they're not. So make sure that you don't fall into that trap. And make sure you speak to a licensed immigration consultant. There's a lot of scammers out there, so I hope you don't get caught up in the scam. From Pune, India, working as a director of engineering. Do Canadian firms entertain leadership roles, or do I need to start fresh post-immigration? So, good question. Yes, Canadian companies do entertain leadership roles. It all will come down to how you position and market yourself. When you land in Canada and you're looking for a job, it all comes down to how you will position and market yourself to the Canadian market, right? Every country is different, and every country has its pros and cons, right? Like in each field, I mean. So best thing to do is start doing your homework and research on the industry that you want to get into, the field. And I call it doing gap analysis. I actually teach this in my coaching program too, on how to do gap analysis so that you are positioning yourself in the solution area, right? So for new immigrants, that's the best strategy to use, is do analysis to look at the Canadian market in your field and look at your home country market, and then do comparison analysis to see what is similar and what is different. Whatever is different, meaning what is the Canadian market lacking in your field, and you have experience in that, that's the gap analysis. So what are the gaps between in Canada and in your home country in terms of your field? And then you want to position those gaps as you are the solution to bridge those gaps, because let's face it, Canada's not the most fast developed country. Like when I've learned so much as a career coach with coaching so many people from different countries coming into Canada or US. The one thing I know, what I've come to learn, is that Canada is lacking in so many different ways, in so many different industries. And this is why you got your PR. This is why you got immigrated. This is why the country gave you a PR, is because they need your skills. Remember that you got a PR to come to this country for a reason, and it's to fill those gaps that are lacking in the market. So I hope that helps. Okay, hello, I'm currently in Canada. Do you help job seekers in finding jobs related to fields like administration, HR, and other designation? Yes, I'm a career coach that helps career professionals regardless of your background, regardless of your industry, regardless your field. My in HR, I have 15 plus years of HR experience to date. I'm still in the field in HR, still do hiring, still do recruitment, and I've hired and recruited for all industries, various different industries, backgrounds, and positions. As a career coach, that's my experience as well. I've worked with so many career professionals in so many different backgrounds, so my experience is diverse. It's open for any career professional. So yes. Raj, I just landed on January 15. I'm banking professional from India looking for a job in Toronto. Welcome, Raj, to Canada. Okay, doing PhD in diversity, equity, and inclusion from York University of Toronto and looking for full-time opportunity in DEI domain in Toronto. Can you please guide how to transition from academia, academia to industry? Which position should I be looking at, entry level, mid, or senior? First of all, you are doing a PhD, so I wouldn't say you should be looking at entry level position, Jenny. Also, well, what's your background? How many years experience do you have as a career professional? And when we are changing careers, you don't want to start at the bottom. That's the worst mistake to make, is discredit all the years of experience you have and then just totally discredit and go to an entry level because you're switching industries or switching careers. No, don't ever do that. That's the worst thing you can do. I would love to work with you, Jenny. I've helped career professionals just like in your position to do a lateral move, especially in salary, so that when I say lateral move, I mean like you don't want to discredit your experience. You don't want to start at the bottom. You are an experienced professional, and those skills you have accumulated over the years are valuable to a company. It's an asset. We don't want to lose the asset to then dismiss all that and position yourself as an entry level. You are not an entry level. You're not a new grad. Just because you're changing industry doesn't mean you have to start from the bottom. The key to success of changing fields or changing your career is to position yourself as already an experienced professional, because you have experience. You wouldn't just move into a different industry without any experience, right? Your entire career that you had so far, that you've established so far, is worth something. It is profitable. It is benefiting to an organization. So Johnny, please don't take an entry level. I don't know where you will be because I don't know your background. I need more information. I would love to work with you as a career coach to help you successfully transition without taking a penny less. Hi, my name is Deepak in Toronto. I'm a full stack developer. Would like to connect with this wonderful community. Thank you, Deepak. Feel free to connect with Deepak, guys. He's looking to connect. Myself, Tanka from Nepal. Oh, nice to meet you. Human capital management for over 20 years. It's a pleasure to see you in such a great sharing session. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you too. I am looking for opportunity. I have 3 years experience as a counselor. Okay, Parmond, let me know what kind of experience you're looking for, what kind of opportunity you're looking for. Sorry, not experience. What kind of job opportunity you're looking for, and where are you from? What are you looking for? If you have any questions, let me know. Guys, if you have questions, give me full details of the question and the background so I can properly guide you. Also, if anybody wants to speak with me, hop on this call. I'm going to actually drop the link. If anybody wants coaching done right now from me, hop on. Feel free to hop on. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link. So here's the link, guys. It is StreamYard. It is a third-party system. You don't have to turn your camera on. So You can draw. I've dropped the link. If anybody wants to get free coaching from me, hop on this call. Feel free to hop on. Oops, I've dropped it. Okay, there we go. Successfully worked now. So let me know if any guys, I've dropped the link. You can get free coaching by hopping on this live with me. Which certifications you suggest for banking professionals in Canada? Thanks for this session. Looking forward to gain more knowledge. Okay, what banking certifications do you need if you want to get into banking industry? It depends. It absolutely depends on what area of banking you want to get into. So I would suggest start there, do your homework, look it up, go to Google, look at different banking certifications that you need, look at all the certifications out there and make a decision that's best for you in terms of which area do you want to get into. It is said that you learn Canadian natural laws and you will get equivalent job as your existing role in India, but it's not so. Canadian company asked to join a beginner level. No, it's not. No, Canadian companies will not ask you to join a beginner level to 7 years experience having. That is incorrect, Himanshu. I've spoken to you various times. You have privately DM'd me and I've had numerous conversations with you. That is not true. Now, it comes back to you, how you're positioning yourself. The thing is, I'm telling you to learn the law. That doesn't mean automatically you're going to land a job to the level you're at, right? So if you don't know, the thing is, you don't know how to, the thing is, guys, if you don't know how to position yourself to the level of the role you want, you're not going to get it. And Amanchu, I've given you tons of advice for free. If you want me to help you, then you're gonna have, let's work together. I would love to work with you as a career coach to helping you get that job that you're looking for as a manager level or 7 years of HR experience. The key is positioning. Key is how you're selling yourself. I have no clue how your resume looks like. If you are continue to get rejections from companies from the role you want, then the problem is your resume. The problem is how you position yourself, your marketing, how you selling yourself, right? Like for example, right now I can tell right behind your name you have in brackets assistant manager dash HRBP at Airtel. Not sure why that bracket is important. So again, positioning, you're not positioning yourself correctly. Simply to learn laws and employment law doesn't equal that you're going to land a job with 7 years of HR experience if you don't know how to market yourself. Okay. Oh, we have a first guest. Hi, Chandani.
Hi, Gurpreet. Thank you so much for answering my question. I'm the same person who's doing PhD at York University. So, just to give you my background, I have my master's in DEI from India, and then now I'm on a full scholarship, and this is my fourth year of PhD at York. I'm working on this subject since last 6 years, when not many people were talking about it. Like DEI is a big thing now, but when I started, it was not.
Yeah,
Uh,
now it's I did a
it's a
segment on this.
buzzword.
Now it's the buzzword, the trend word. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
trend. Yes.
So now, like, I see that in terms of gap in the market, I see that not many people have this experience of, intense DI work and knowledge
So,
in
so
academia.
do you, let's start there for, sorry to cut you off, but I want to understand, do you have experience in DEI?
I do not have industry experience. I have worked as a researcher in IIT.
Experience is experience,
Yeah.
right? So do you have experience? Even research is still you doing experience, right?
Yes, I do.
So do you have experience?
Yes, I do.
Do you now look at your day-to-day life at work and your day-to-day life at work? Do you use that research you did to implement DEI or foster it, move it whatever whatever you want to call it, in the current roles you are in? How are
Yes.
you using that research in your current positions?
Yeah, so that's what I was coming at. So I am also a part of research project at York, which is kind of an implementation of theoretical knowledge of DEI, but again, it's limited to academia. And now I'm looking to transition from my academic sort of experience to industry or business. So, but I
So you
never
have
really.
academic experience, but
Yes,
not corporate experience.
yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so now ask yourself how, okay, theory is theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Theory doesn't mean anything. It means something, but it's not the whole piece,
Yep.
right? How you go about implementing the knowledge you have, the research you've done, the theories is the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about how you execute it and how you use it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever used any of your research in practical, in executing it?
I would say in a very limited way. In organizing meetings or conferences, doing seminars focused on DEI.
Maybe you have more than you can think of. A lot of times people box themselves into thinking that they don't have experience. You've accumulated so much knowledge, so much by doing research, right? That's like a upper hand than any other person out there. You're correct, there's a gap in the field, and now you're seeing everybody talking about DEI became all popular in 2020 with the whole Black Lives Movement and George Floyd uh, uh,
Mhm.
episode, right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it became big, right? I don't have DEI like PhD or anything, but I'm in the field of HR and it's part of my practice from day one. That's why
Mhm.
I'm saying it's a trend, right? But that's not to say that people who are working in the HR field have no knowledge of DEI. Some of us have been doing it our entire careers.
Yeah.
It was just not a trending word, but now it is. So you have research, but now look into your daily life and see how you've been using it. The key here isn't the key here is you have PhD in DEI, which will give you an upper hand and an advantage. It is compared to someone who doesn't have it, but it's all about how do you go about implementing it. How would a company benefit from you? And benefit, it isn't that you have a PhD,
Mhm.
right? In the end of the day, it's all about execution and how you use it, and how you implement things.
Right. The major
And
challenge
we
that I
can't
face.
every company. You can't see. One thing I want to highlight is somebody who's in the field working in HR.
Mhm.
Theories are great, but not every theory is going to work for every company. So knowing how to, that's what I mean, navigating that is the key.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Thank you so much for your guidance. The major challenge that I face is when I apply to, let's say, mid-level roles, they are looking for experience. Now, how can I show my experience of academia, in sort
I
of
would
transition?
honestly, I would love to work with you. I can't cover this on this call. I need to see your experience. I need to understand it, in order to properly guide you, right? Like
Right.
I can't, I'll be doing you injustice by not understanding your full background, what experience you have. And unfortunately, I can't do that on this call.
Yeah, I
Like we don't
understand.
have enough time to do it, so this requires to me to dig, like look at a deep dive, right? I need to do a deep dive with
Mhm.
you to understand your entire career history. Then we can position you, right? To me, to quickly give you tips is not going to help you in any way. Your
Yeah.
situation is unique, and that's why I said I would love to work with you. And I have a coaching program. It is 8 weeks, that I've helped people just like you transition careers from one field to a different field with the experience you have. You have the experience. It's just in a different. It's an academic form, right? It's in a different field, but the experience is still experience.
Yeah.
Companies still gonna benefit from your PhD. Companies still gonna make benefit from the academic experience you have. So don't discredit. Don't take an entry level job. You are going to be doing discredit to yourself and injustice to you, because that's still experience. And you're right. There's a gap. you're the solution to that gap, right? So now it all comes down to how you position and market and sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Typically what people do is they get too caught up in saying, I have a PhD, I have X amount of years experience, and in your case it would be like I have this academic and all that stuff, but that's not the selling piece. Selling is the solution to someone's problem, right? So selling is all about, the best way to sell is to understand the problem, the desired outcome and result the individual, the company is looking for to solve that problem, right? So now let's look at the DEI space. There is, as you said, there's a gap, but there's a problem, right? So you need to understand what the problem is, what is the desired outcome or result the organization is looking for. Each organization is going to have different desired and outcomes, but the problem is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Problem is the same. The desired of outcome and results are going to be different, and then they're looking for a solution, and that's where you come in and say, I'm the solution. But without understanding those two segments, you can't come in and say, I'm the solution. No, you got to give them diagnosis, and then you got to explain how solving this problem that they're in is a beneficial to getting the results they want, and how they're going to get the result is, here's how you're going to get it. You don't tell them how they're going to, like, how to implement it, right? You're showing them the roadmap to getting the results they want without sharing your strategies.
Right.
And that's how you land those high paying salary jobs. And that's what I master in, and that's what my expertise is, and that's what I teach as a career coach when I'm coaching people. That's what I'm sharing. I'm showing you how to do it.
Do you also coach for interviews? Like how to give interviews?
Everything, my entire program is this finish to start solution for landing a job, and long-term result is setting your career up for success. Not only do I work with you to get your resume done, your cover letters, your LinkedIn profiles, but we put a game plan strategy on how to successfully land those job interviews. Then how to convert those interviews into multiple job offers. Then I also teach you how to close and negotiate those job offers to getting more. It's an entire solution from start to finish. Nothing is left out to chance. It's 8-week program with 16 coaching, which is do coaching sessions twice a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll connect with you after this call. Thank you so much, Gurpreet.
No problem. Send me a DM and I can send you the link to the program.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so let's go on to next questions. Let's see if anybody has a question. But one thing, I'm a senior asset artist in animation industry. If I want to LMI or work permit job letter from India, what should I do? How to make strong? I honestly, but one, I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't have any knowledge in this. How to get a job, a work permit, and job offer LMI. It's not my expertise to get a LMI. There's a long process for companies to go the LMI route. It's not like as quick as 20 days or 10 days or 1 month. It's like 6 months to a year. So your best bet is to work with the immigration consultant, a licensed immigration consultant. Okay, hope that helps. According to my knowledge, Canada's biggest hub for animation. Even my current company has one branch in Montreal and Vancouver. So if your current company has a branch in Montreal and Vancouver, my best advice is first work with your current employer to move in to those branches. So they will be able to speed up the process faster. So I would say start internally and look at network with people in Montreal and Vancouver. So what you want to do, Parwant, if you really want to land a job and move in Canada, and your company has branches, then start networking with people in Montreal and Vancouver, and in that department to see if they can bring you on to their team. That would be your best solution, and that would be the fastest solution as I see it as. but that's one option. I would say that's the best thing to do. I know people who have done that, and company has moved them into different locations. So, and company can speed up the LMI faster with that because it's an employee moving into a different country. I'm not saying faster, but again, they will have the immigration lawyers working on it that can find the loopholes and in and out to get you there. So best bet would be to work with, I would say start with your current organization. So if anybody wants more, here's the link to my coaching program that is 8 weeks. I've dropped the link. Feel free to look at it. You can set up a call if anybody's interested in joining. DM me. I would be more than happy to share that with anybody. And so I'm going to wrap it up here if there's no more questions. I've dropped the link. Feel free to sign up for my coaching program. It is 8 weeks program. It's how I've helped hundreds of career professionals just like you land in their dream jobs, double and triple their incomes in 60 days or less. Feel free to DM me if you have any more further questions, and however I can assist you. I do these lives regularly. If you've missed any of my lives, hop onto YouTube. The channel is called GKM Coaching, and you can go through all the previous lives that I've done so far. So you can go through my YouTube content. You can subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any new videos that are being posted as well. So I hope this has helped somebody. Let me know in the comment section if this has helped you, if my tips and advice that I've shared today has helped you in any way. Please let me know. Feel free to DM me as well. I hope you start off your job search week with the success, with the bang. I hope this motivates you. It is a candidate market. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is a candidate market. It is a hot market right now. Right now is the time to be looking for those opportunities. So, oh, there's a question. What do you recommend certification for HR graduate? The first step to do is don't go and get any certification. If you're a new grad, go get the experience, dip your hands in every area of HR. That's what I did. That's my advice to all new grads. Stop investing further money in certifications without any experience. You have no experience right now to understand what you want. The best way to do is go and work for it. So don't get caught up in this whole certification game. And yes, people do a great job pitching the certification to lure you in, so you spend X amount of money on getting the certification, and then you're still nowhere close to getting the job you want. First step first, go get the HR job. If you don't know how to do it, again, I would love to work with you. I've worked with new grads as well and helping them land those first jobs and land amazing salaries. You don't have to land a 30, 40K job. I've helped people land 55, 60K salaries to 70K salaries just as new grads, because your experience in your school is an experience. So my best advice to new grad, including yourself and every new grad out there that's graduating this year, is line up those internships, go get those internships, and go get those entry-level jobs before you go and invest in any certification. Until you have hands-on work experience, you're not going to know which area of HR you want to go in. Now, HR, I work in HR, I can tell you HR is a huge, broad area. I don't specialize in one. I know how to do pretty much the entire HR function. HR function is huge. Okay, there's recruitment, there's onboarding, there's recruitment onboarding, like we call it talent management. There's workforce planning, composition. So it's huge, right? There's HRIS, which is Human Resource Information Technology. So there's a technology piece. It's a huge function. There's occupational health and safety. Now there's the DEI. So it's such a big function that you'll be doing yourself injustice by getting one certification, because right now you don't know which one you're going to like. Like, I got the experience first to then to decide what I wanted. And what I came to realize was that I don't want to specialize in one area. I want to learn all the areas, and I want a job that gives me that experience, because I like variety. I can't do the same thing every day. That's not for me. and maybe you love one area and you just want to focus on that, right? So everybody is different, everybody's journey is different, and you need to get clear on what you want. And the only way to do that is to actually get your hands dipped in every area of HR and get the experience to then understand which area do you love the most and which one you have passion for. So my other advice would be to go find a role where you will get that opportunity. That's what I did. I left the big corporate job and I went and worked in a smaller HR department where it was just me and the manager, and that's where I got the full experience to understand what is it that I want. So I stayed as an HR journalist my entire career. I am a journalist that knows how to do everything in HR, and I know how to make and navigate the entire HR function. I'm not a specialist in one area, but I know how to do the entire function. But I also know if I need an expert in, like, there's also learning and development, right? So there's so many layers to HR, and best thing to do is get the entire experience first. Okay, so I'm gonna end this segment here today, guys. There's a link to my coaching program that it's available. It's on the videos. It's a hybrid model, meaning you can start and you go at self-pace. You take the classes at the comfort of your own house. It's online, and you make your own schedule. And then we have 16 live coaching sessions, which are two coaching sessions per week, Monday and Thursday. Those are on a set schedule. You show up to whatever help you need from me. I coach you and everything in those coaching sessions on live on Zoom. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you for the amazing community and that continues to support me every single day on my journey of being a career coach as well as an HR professional. And thank you for the love and support that continues to get from all you guys on LinkedIn. I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. So thank you so much. And let's make this an amazing year. And I hope to work with as many career professionals as I can. That's my goal this year, to get you in those dream jobs and make more money than you're making right now, because you deserve it. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.